Table 19 is a film directed by Jeffrey Blitz. It's also written by Jeffrey Blitz, and it stars Anna Kendricks, someone who I have been a big fan of in the past. It also stars Craig Robinson. He's been in a lot of other funny movies, and it stars, well, I'm really bad with names, but I think it stars the old chick from Friends, the chick who was on Friends a really long time ago, the dumb one, I forget what her name was. Oh, and it also stars the tall, funny British guy from Hall Pass. Again, I'm bad with names. I think his name's Stephen Merchant or something. So in this movie, there's a chick played by Anna Kendrick who gets dumped by a bride's brother 2 weeks before the wedding, and then she decides to go to the wedding anyway. So she goes to the wedding, and she finds out when she gets there that she gets assigned to this random table, this table in the back called Table 19. And at this table is where she meets a bunch of random other people. I mean, there's a couple that doesn't like each other, there's a 16-year-old that just wants to get laid, and there's the tall British guy who just got out of prison. So really, that's what the movie's about. The movie is just about all these random people coming together at one random table in the back of a random wedding, and just a bunch of random bullshit for the rest of our runtime. You know what's funny? I actually got a screening for this, and I actually went to go see this movie of my own free will.
Oh, okay.
Again, I'm a fan of Anna Kendricks. She deserves to be in much better movies than this, but I will say that she was somewhat watchable in this movie. Also, there's a couple of chuckle-worthy moments. Yeah, there's definitely a few moments in the theater where I gave a legitimate These moments were few and far between, but I can't deny that there are a couple of moments in this movie where I did legitimately chuckle. It's too bad I can't take back the hour and a half of my life spent watching this shit. You know, sometimes I wonder why I even bother to try to present a balanced side to a film when all I really want to do is shit on it. Oh, seriously, I wish I could have just skipped straight to the Luthors in this case, because this movie is a steaming pile of cliched fuckery. Talk about a movie that has no idea what it wants to do, or what tone it wants to establish, or who it wants to cater to. Oh my god. This thing is just a giant blender of clashing tones. I mean, it goes from sad to funny to sad again to happy to just really depressing type shit. To give you a perfect example, there's a scene later on in this movie where there's a guy, and he's talking to this character, and then a character reveals something to another character that is supposed to be really sad and really depressing. Somebody in my theater laughed out loud when they heard it. It's like, I don't think you're not supposed to laugh at that, dude. But then the joke was on me, because immediately after that, there is something funny that happens. Like, immediately after that, there's something funny that happens that everybody in the theater is supposed to laugh at. And it just got to a point where I had no idea whether I wanted to laugh or whether I wanted to cry. All I really knew is that I wanted to fall asleep. This movie bored the shit out of me. They took the premise of putting random strangers at a table at a wedding, and they tried their absolute best. You gotta give them credit for that. They tried their absolute best to stretch this premise into a premise that could last for an hour and a half, and it just falls completely apart. Probably about 30 minutes in. Also, the jokes in this movie, they're not funny. The jokes in this movie are not funny. I'm not even saying that for me, I'm also speaking for the audience. The audience laughed more than I did. There are large stretches of this movie where the audience was not laughing, and that's because, again, this movie tries too hard to make you laugh. These are jokes that you've all seen before. These are jokes that you've seen executed better with funnier people doing them. Force feed the jokes down your throat in this movie to the point where you have to throw up. I mean, this is comedic fellatio at its worst. I'm not talking about good comedic fellatio. I'm talking about the kind of comedic fellatio that involves a limp dick. This is limp dick fellatio. Seriously, you just beat me over the head with the same joke. By the 10th time, I'm not gonna laugh at that shit.
Hey, Connie. Hi, Peter Griffin, Meg's father. Say, can you do me a favor? You see that fire extinguisher there?
Dad, that's enough! Dad, that's enough! That's enough, Dad!
And this movie is predictable to the nth degree. The movie was so predictable that I felt like I wrote the shit myself. And I didn't! There were members of the audience, females in the audience, that were literally speaking out loud and saying what's gonna happen in the movie right before it happened. The females, they were just kind of like, okay, this is gonna happen, and that's gonna happen, and oh, yep, she's gonna name her kid this. It's like, oh my god, seriously, it's pathetically predictable. I feel like Green Goblin watching this shit.
You're pathetically predictable. Like a moth to the flame.
I was gonna go easy on this movie. I was gonna be like, you know what? I like Anna Kendrick, and there are a couple of chuckle-worthy moments in here that I could find some entertainment with. But no, I'm seeing Logan tomorrow, and this movie did not put me in a good enough mood to go see Logan. I can't go from shit like this to Logan without honoring the shit that came before it. And so I'm not gonna pull any punches with this one. Table 19, yeah, Quest for Peace, for sure. I'm not gonna ask you guys if you're gonna see this. No one, and I repeat, no one is gonna go see this. No one. You're just not going to. So stop. I'm not even gonna ask you that. No way. What's your favorite romantic comedy of all time? Sure, just tell me what that one is. What's your favorite romantic comedy? Put it down below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.